our memories that run through my veins. I'm not one to blame, but I could point out every way that you changed. Some things stay up while others go right down the drain. And lately we've been going down in flames. But if I'm honest, I get in my feels when I want you. Say you feel it too, I'll haunt you. Hold on till I'm lost in nirvana. But if I'm honest, I get in my feels when I want you. Say you feel it too, I'll haunt you. Hold on till I'm lost in nirvana. But if I'm my therapist is saying that I should. I don't believe her, but I really wish I could. Instead, I guess I'll stay misunderstood. Oh, 'cause I'm stuck now, just trying to figure a way out. I've tried but can't seem to slow down. I don't know if I want to. But if I'm honest, I get in my feels when I want you. Say you feel it too, I'll haunt you. Hold on till I'm lost in nirvana. But if I'm honest, I get in my feels when I want you. Say you feel it too, I'll haunt you. Hold on till I'm lost in nirvana. But if I'm can't seem to slow down, and I don't know if I want to.
All I wanna do is to put my arms around you and watch these moments fall back into place. All I wanna do is to make you stop and love me. How can I be blue when you catch me in these feelings like okay. I love you, I do need you, I do, I do need you. I love you, I do need you. Oh, I love you, I do need you. Oh, I love you, I do need you, I do, I love you, I do need you. I love you, I do need you. Oh, I love you, I do need you. Okay. I love you, I do, I need you, I do, I love you,
Hello, 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 hello. We are here. Sorry, we just finished our our test lobby. Um, yeah, it was a very interesting test lobby, I must say. It was very extravagant. Do I have my sound good? Do I have my sound good? I think I do. Should be fine. Should be all fine. What's up, everybody in the chat? Hope you're all doing well. Today we're casting White Rabbit Gaming, going against Astronic Gaming. I hope I did type Astromic. Okay, I didn't. I didn't do that. I didn't do that. Okay, White Rabbit Gaming. If you're not aware of this team recently played in the qualifiers, obviously, to qualify for this event, in which they went 3-0 coming into this event as the number one seed. Perhaps not the number one favorite in eyes of analysts, but they're definitely the number one seed coming into this event. Their opponents, Astronic, I believe they went through the closed qualifiers rather than the invitational, so realistically, White Rabbit Gaming should have a comfortable series, but you always get a lot of surprises in RLCS, so we'll have to wait and see. Casper casted him last season as well, but I'm unacquainted with the majority of these players. Kino pushing this one to the side, and this season already looks like it's going to be an all-round improvement for every single region. Though I say that Scepter and Casper having a little bit of a miscommunication, let's just say there. You know, there trying to clear this one out. Looks like everybody's just getting used to the season here. The first season. Well, not the first season. The first game of the season. Oh, a good angle there, attempted by Casper, slightly off the mark. Scepter should have a free shot here. Will not get saved. I heard the demo in the background as well. Defense opened up from Astronic. We find ourselves in the lead within a minute, basically. Stronic, I'm pretty sure they were in the APAC region as an org, though it seems like they've invaded the region of SSA. A little bit of trouble there for White Rabbit, but it looks like he will not get punished here. Shot coming through and it will not get saved. Strutic getting the first one on the board for Stronic. I don't know, I feel like Kino was just sitting in the net and then as well as teammate. It looked like they were all, not all, apart from Weakcast, but they're all in the vicinity, but not really anyone going there, unfortunately. But it's just game one of our first series, so everybody's warming up into things, as I've already mentioned. Good hit from Snoozy onto the backboard, and it will not be cleared out by the defense. Look at this, so much time after Snoozy hit that onto the backboard to get this from Strutic. And it pushes this one nicely into the bottom corner. Stronic with a surprising lead here, 2 minutes in. Is this the big upset of this event? Is this going to be the big upset? Is Stronic taking out White Rabbit Gaming? Snoozy here again, going for net this time, not going for the pass. Here, a very far up challenge. Ooh, Strutic, it looked a little bit uncomfortable, but he dealt with it just fine. There's always a lot of moments there like that. Ooh, and a good shot from Wee Casper. The reaction from the defense. I mean, when you shoot it as fast as this, 115 kilometers an hour, it's pretty hard to get a good good stance on that save. To change your card to position to make sure it's easy to get it out. And that's what ones is for, I suppose. Ooh, almost coming in from Snoozy. Kino being patient on this, and it's a demo coming up for Weak Casper. Good 50. Goes into the midfield, and it will be shot by Scepter as they gain the lead halfway into the match. Stronic really started momentum well early on, but it looks like game one, White Rabbit Gaming warming up to things perhaps. I think I have my Steam notifications on the stream. That's pretty funny. Casper here, really quick recovery here. Tempted maybe with a flip reset, but looks like he didn't get off what he wanted. Kino trying to be patient there, but looks like an early challenge worked out for the opponents. Teammates were able to get back in time though. Wee Casper. He's been a very, very capable player as well last season when I was able to cast him. He looked very, very impressive on his team. I believe he's actually made top 3 in this region in the past. Now with a new team this season. Ooh, that's a very good 15, and it's bar down and in. Snoozy will be the one credited for it, but I'm not sure he thought this was going in. He attempted the 50, but he got a rather clean hit. And just like that, we're all tied up. 2 minutes left on the clock, basically. Snoozy really at the forefront of the attack of Stronic. You know, we'll be patient with this one. Looks like a little bit of miscommunication there. Double commit coming every now and then from White Rabbit Gaming here. Free 1v1 attempt though. Into the top corner from Kino. And you'd expect no less. Kino, top quality player there. When you give him a chance like that, he will capitalize. He even had an option into the midfield if he didn't feel confident himself or wanted to switch it up, and he really didn't have to. So, well done by Kino. Specs going up high. Actually had a bit of a slow approach there, but Wee Casper with a misread on the play. Ooh, and it's a big whiff coming out from Stronic, and it looks like it'll be a goal. Kino will be rewarded with the goal. But it wasn't the prettiest one. It wasn't the prettiest one. I saw someone trying to steal this. Wee Casper, unlucky, my guy. Unlucky, close one. You'll get him next time. Hey, Unbeliever Timmons, Ultimate Ninjago, Green Ninja from Ninjago. I'm not sure, but it happened. Ooh, look at the mechanics here from Kino, just slightly out. That would have been quite the clip. Wee Casper Just had to find that on target, but unfortunately will not be able to do so. So Astronic, they're kind of getting away with a couple things here. They have kept it somewhat close this game, but I feel like they will be slightly frustrated at how they've let this game go. But they do have to remind themselves of the quality of team that they're facing here, so can't be too down on themselves. Vex here, able to slightly challenge Kino, but he really didn't bait anyone out, so they're unable to get anything effective off there. Astronic now 30 seconds, they have to score 2 to keep themselves in this game. Looks like even more pressure mounting from White Rabbit, and it's a backflip. Unfortunately setting up the opponent's Kino with a 3-goal lead now. White Rabbit really taking control of this game and potentially the series as well, because I feel like for Astronic, when you're a team facing the #1 seed in the first round, you really want to get your momentum going early, which they did, just they had to keep it going for a little bit longer, to be exact, the whole game pretty much, or I guess just winning the game in general, so you can try to carry it over into the next game, as the opponents would be in the process of having a worse mental throughout the game, or games rather. And Scepter will just bag another one. Just, you know, good old hat trick. Good old hat trick. We love a hat trick. Not a term that gets used too often in Rocket League. But, yeah, they do come. They do come. And there we go. Alright, I got an alt tab, guys. I got a professional broadcaster here. I gotta change the series score. There we go. White Rabbit Gaming. Amazing, amazing overlay. I'm just kidding. I've got a bit of an overlay thing that I assume you guys can't see. Okay, yeah, you can't. It's really in the way. I'm just gonna put it in the bottom corner. It's like from some random application that I have on. Well, I had on, but I close it, but it still has like a little circle hovering around every program that I have on for some reason. Goes, yo, what's up, Marbs? No way. Right, game 1 looked troubling at the start, so maybe, perhaps it would be better to keep the engines going throughout the whole match this time for White Rabbit. We'll see whether they're able to do so very, very shortly. Snoozy at the forefront of the attack of Astronic last game. Hopefully for them, that continues. Here's Snoozy, able to really get an effective touch into the midfield though. Stratic able to be the first one there. Specs, looks like he's in an awkward position, will have to give away the ball to Wee Casper, but he will do the same for him, so able to pass it down. Ooh, off to the backboard, there's a shot coming through, Snoozy able to get one off, but Wee Casper there to save it, but he won't be able to save it twice, but it's fine because they have a 4th defender, it's called the crossbar, and that's how you win games, is you get the 4th defender to help you out. Yeah, that's how you do it really. That's the meta. Is simply have your crossbar save your shots for you. Here, looks like that ball left a little bit long there for Astronic, but looks like they were able to get there in time. Max actually missing that ball, and they will get punished. Scepter into the bottom corner. This time they will not face an early... I don't even know how to finish that sentence, but they will not concede early is what I'm gonna say. Hi, bye, alright, understandable, Bluxy. Understandable. Alright, Snoozy now, going for that corner, but got bumped off, so he won't be able to get the double. Specs slightly too slow to get that shot. Stratic, by the way, Stratic, it's got a very nice name, I like Stratic. I like saying Stratic. Max going for that backboard, going for the double tap, unable to get it on target, but looked very, very impressive to say the least. Just gotta make those moments count, and Astronic would be right there with White Rabbit in this series. Here, ball going to the backboard, Stratic. This is that one. Kino now with a lot of boost and time and space. What's going to be able to do here? A decent 50 onto the backboard, but Specs there in time. Kemper setting up the ceiling shot. Looks like he tried to get it potentially mid, but teammate did not think he would plan out well, so backed off from that one. Another opportunity for a weak Casper. Goes for that backboard. Strutic only get it to Kino. Gets to the backboard himself. Scepter down to the midfield. Casper looked like a little bit too far away from that one. We're on just Specs cam, guys. That's what I've concluded here. Okay, never mind. The director cam just did not want to move away from Specs. Guys, what's your favorite vegetable? Let's get some chat interaction going. So what's your favorite vegetable? I think mine is actually I'm not sure if I know really my favorite vegetable, because I know my favorite fruit, but vegetable is a tough one. I reckon, you know, broccoli can be quite good. Broccoli. Oh yeah, Drew agrees. Let's go. Yeah, I can only think of broccoli right now. But broccoli is an S tier vegetable. Yo, Thomas, what's up? But White Rabbit Gaming still enjoying their 1-0 lead, and I have to say, 1-0 leads, like, if you score early and just not concede for the rest of the game, it feels to me like it's such like a masterclass. You've just done like a Jose Mourinho, you know what I mean? Like, a tactical genius, though. I doubt that's it was tactically done. But they have kept their lead very well. The Specs getting that one out, having to start out on offense sooner rather than later for Ostronic. A good 50 by Kino, and that's something that really you have to give props for. Is a lot of these 50s coming out from White Rabbit Gaming, been able to slow it down when the opponents are panicking and really looking for that scoring play. But in reality, White Rabbit Gaming are just shutting them down. Neither are they pouncing on the scoreline and getting even more, but playing very clean Rocket League right now. That was a bit of a mistouch by Casper, but looks it's all calculated. You know, gave it away to the opponent just to dunk him because he got past him. He's a genius. But looks like it'll be 2-game lead. Oh, shot coming out from Specs, another one from Shotic, and none of them finding the target, the post and the crossbar. I mean, that's the MVP from this match. Yeah, the post and the crossbar. Gotta give some props to the post and the crossbar for Rabbit Gaming. And the stats show it. It really was a bit of a controlled game, though a bit of a awkward defensive moments every now and then from White Rabbit. You can see the shots actually going in favor of Astronic this time, and I really felt like it as well. So watermelon. No shot. But yeah, going into game 3, you'd really as a White Rabbit Gaming fan, I've just noticed from a picture from Historic that they're pretty goated. You'd want this third game to be a lot more comfortable and be more dominant. You know, you wanna see attacking Rocket League. You wanna see all the flashy plays coming out. But I digress. Here, pass out to Wee Casper, waiting patiently, but Snoozy to shut that one down. Got to a slightly awkward position there, and it really seemed to be the case. Shotic trying to 50 this one all the way through, but unable to do so. Wee Casper getting this one forward. Specs looking a little bit awkward, but they hold just fine. Shotic to get to that one first would have been quite problematic if he didn't. Here pass coming to Specs. Just hits it to the corner. Looks like Stronach are having trouble getting anything effective going. And they have been for quite a long time. Only had a couple chances last game where it felt like it could have been a goal. Unfortunately for that, they were saved by the crossbar or post. But momentum definitely against them in this one. One game away from an elimination. Here, it coming out. Specs, a good save. Another ball going into the midfield. A big demo, but it looks like could not turn onto the play quick enough. Here, free shot for Casper. Save comes out just about onto the post. Very close one there, Kino. Looking to get to the midfield from the ceiling touch. Unable to get anything too effective, as Stronach deal with it just fine. Kino in the air, getting this one forwards. A little bit awkward, Stronach. Still able to get a touch out. Casper gets that double into the midfield. Snoozy first. A good clearance, but Kino patiently able to deal with that one. I feel like that's something we'll see out of him a lot. It is very patient plays. They've been very, very effective so far. Uzi again, trying to be patient. Opponent actually fast there, catching a little bit off guard. But we find ourselves in a very, very close game here. 0-0. Or 0-0 if you will. Halfway into the game. Nothing too dramatic happening so far. Ooh, shot coming through from Stronach. But I was gonna say Septic. What's his name again? Scepter, yeah, Scepter. My bad. A save! Save it! Scepter. Almost able to get first to that one. Sorry, I was just laughing at Scepter posting himself. Happens to the best of us, you know. Somehow coming out from specs, but looks like Stronach doesn't have a clean attempt on net, so he won't be able to get a scoring opportunity from it. Casper puts it behind him, but Kino should be on the backboard. Gets bumped though, so got himself a little bit off, but a very good pinch. Able to get rid of two players in the offense there, but a good touch coming out from a Stronach, and it leaves an open net shot from Stronach. And he will capitalize on it as well here. Snoozy baiting out the defender there as well by faking or missing the double touch. Regardless, it works as a very, very well played shot. Sorry, I had like a brain fart mid-sentence. Yeah, I think it ended up not the worst, but you know, could have been better because he did shoot it. But you know, we Casper, you know, he's chilling. He was actually waiting for the opponents to score first, because he's using the idea of giving the opponents hope. He's playing the mental game of giving them hope. And we find ourselves in another tie game. Never mind, almost a whiff and a goal for a Stronach. But seemed like it was off the post, just about. White Rabbit Gaming, for their standards, are really wanting to up this level of gameplay. Stronach, they have been impressive, but regardless, we are White Rabbit Gaming, they are Stronach, so lift difference in skill level here. A decent shot attempt by Casper, tried to pinch it with the ground to get extra power on it. Here, decent shot from Scepter as well. Casper taking his time, leaves it for Kino actually. Sort of mechanical play, doesn't work out just quite, but still maintains possession for his team. Casper gets over one, Stronach should be there to save it, and he does so as well. Kino, last one there, it's going down, and a miss coming out from a Stronach, and that might be the game decider. Oh, it's very unfortunate for them, because Snoozy just wanted to challenge that guy there. And unfortunately 50'd it onto his own backboard, and then we had the backboard misread as it went straight down, and that's just the goal. A bit unfortunate for Stronach, but you know, you gotta make sure you save those. Is what I have to say to them. It's just defensively, even though offensively they've been somewhat impressive, and they've really kept this one close. As if you make those mistakes, you're not going to be able to win against these type of teams, and therefore they find themselves in a very, very tough situation. We Casper trying to drop this one down. We got 1 second remaining. But it looks like that will touch the ground, and there we go. White Rabbit Gaming able to sweep Astronic, though it really looks like they were gonna drop a game. So I want to say fair play to Astronic. But yeah, overall, you know, warm-up series for White Rabbit, a couple scares here, but I do think, regardless, that they'll up their level next series, because when you get to round 2 and especially round 3, that's where we'll face the top teams. So yeah, perhaps thought they would have an easier time here, so maybe that surprised them, but still capable of getting a sweep out. And you know, champions are made from getting results from situations where they feel more unlikely. So this might just be part 1 of a, you know, championship run. Number 1. Rated for number 1. But yeah, that was round 1. All the other rounds are still ongoing. We can only go into the next round after all the rounds are done. So we will not have a series right now. So we will be going to a Be Right Back screen. I love Scepter too. But yeah, we should be back somewhat later. I'm not sure exactly what time, but you know, yeah, we'll catch you later.
Feel my arms holding on so tight just when you need it most. Feel the freedom of being careless, just being in love. Everything will be alright. Through the darkness, through the night, no fear anymore. No fear anymore. No fear anymore. Don't you hang up again, baby. I just can't be alone tonight. Don't you hang up again, baby. I just can't be alone tonight. Ticking like a bomb, falling in motion, center of the stage, hoping that we'll be right. Back again. You gotta help me out, help me out. Riding coasters to dream your eyes. You gotta help me out, help me out. Swim in oceans to breathe your eyes. Don't you hang up again, baby. I just can't be alone tonight. Don't you hang up again, baby. I just can't be alone tonight. Don't you hang up again, baby. I just can't be alone tonight. Don't you hang up again, baby. I just can't be alone tonight. Don't you hang up again, baby. I just can't be alone tonight. Don't you hang up again, baby. I just can't be alone tonight. When it's coming at you like monsters in the night, and you feel the danger that makes you wanna hide. When the cards are stacked against you and you're standing on the edge, now's the time, now's the time. Think about all the dreams you keep inside. Think about all the ones you love. I know this beating heart will be my guide. I know that we can overcome. When the world's so cold and we're losing hope, I need her, I need her. When the darkness comes and we're overrun, yeah, I need her. That's when we need each other. 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 When you're falling faster and don't know where you are, you feel the danger closer than your heart. When the weight is getting heavy and the future is unsteady, close your eyes, close your eyes. Think about all the dreams you keep inside. Think about all the ones you love. I know this beating heart will be my guide. I know that we can overcome. When the world's so cold and we're losing hope, I need her, I need her. When the darkness comes and we're overrun, yeah, I need her. That's when we need each other. 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 I told you that one day ain't never enough. You tell me I hate you, I still call you up. If we don't got trust, we can never have love. I was putting in the hours, I was. But you were calling me a liar, 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 liar. I've been putting in the hours, I was. And it's coming down to now and now and now and now and never. I was putting in the I'm sick of fighting the things that you said. I don't wanna burn all our bridges ahead. I'm tired of going to bed when you left me on red just to turn up the noise in my head. I told you that one day ain't never enough. You tell me I hate you, I still call you up. If we don't got trust, we can never have love. I was putting in the hours, I was. But you were calling me a liar, 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 liar. I've been putting in the hours, I was. And it's coming down to now and now and now and now and never. I was putting in the putting in the
Can make it through the night, but I can feel it for you inside. So there won't be no fear tonight. We crossed the line, and now it's clear to see the light behind the suffering. Believe we'll finally be free. Let the silhouette cast upon your heart, turning every little moment into scars. Baby, it's our chance to make a start, so we can fly.
I know that we will make it. I know that we will make it. I know that we will make it. I know that we.
I know that we can make it through the night, but I can feel it for you inside. So there won't be no fear tonight. We crossed the line, and now it's clear to see the light behind the suffering. Believe we'll finally be free. Came from a broken home. I've seen so many people go. Learn to make it on my own. It's easier for me to be alone. So how are you? Keep cutting through, claiming you're not like the other guys. And only if I could give you a chance, show me that you mean it. We'll feel some type of way.
Yo, 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 yo. We are back, we are back. Okay. Let me switch in. There we go. Got the overlay ready. Let me stop the music. There we go. Alright, now we've got White Rabbit Gaming playing against the Bros. The Bros, they actually have a player called Yopego, which is another player the team I casted last season for Dynamic. So we got Whis Casper from there and Yopego on the opposite side. Defunct, which was the third of Dynamic, is also in this tournament playing for Apex. So that roster, they went all their separate ways and they found 3 different teams making the regional, and they look like good teams as well. Christian, he'll start off the series with the first goal, getting the lead for the Bros. White Rabbit Gaming, they will be trailing to start off this one. After beating him to the ball, Casper in a bit of a 1v1 situation. Looks like his first touch was a little bit too hard. That'll make the play a little bit too hard as well. Here, good bump here. Looks like opponents were just simply too fast. Christian, another shot, and it will be on target, just below the bar. And like, only 40 seconds in, and the Bros already 2-0 up. Not an ideal start for White Rabbit Gaming, but we regain. Casper actually able to get rid of that player entirely, but Yopego does basically the same to Kino. Ball ends up in the blue corner. Scepter giving that slightly away, but it looks like the challenge won't do too much. Player progresses into the orange half. Good 50 from Scepter. Looks like nobody on his team was on it. He was able to get a good touch off to the side to retain possession. Good challenge here by Abs. I'm gonna say that means Abs. Whenever there's numbers in names, I actually don't know how to say the name, but I'm just gonna assume that means Abs. Any chat agreeers? Any helpers? Shot a little bit wide. Scepter wasn't able to shoot it either. You know, being patient there, actually getting a bit of a wonky touch, but it could have potentially worked out. Was not bad whatsoever. Shift to the backboard. Kino's got absolutely nothing in the tank. Scepter having to 50 that one off to the side on the sidewall. Looks like can't get too much going. Crusher with a good demo as well. Abs slightly off target. It was practically a free net, but they do still maintain the lead. We're already on 2, so it doesn't really matter too much now, but it might come back to bite them in the future. Akina with touch into the midfield. Casper beat into that ball. Still able to get a 50 off there. You know, gets it no further. Abs, as it seems, gets one touch over Kino. Oh no, actually, you got a touch over Kino, but Kino still able to demo him, so to stop that play instantly. Trying to get that bump, but it didn't matter. Slightly off target from Kino again, and so far looks like a lot of off-target shots coming in from both teams. Really seems like somebody's gonna get another highlight play very, very soon. You know, just sticking around upfield there, just trying to be annoying, trying to get the opposing side a little bit frustrated and rattled. Force a mistake out, which often it does, but Christian, what a shot into the top corner. It's a hat-trick for him. They're not ideal. Recovery not ideal. And in the same position as another teammate, so the team's positioning also not ideal. And they really, really do deserve being 3 goals down here. Not a good start whatsoever from White Rabbit Gaming. Pass into the midfield, saved easily. Casper potentially a bit too desperate here, and the mentality will probably shift after considering all those goals as well. White Rabbit Gaming might have to force themselves to be a little bit desperate here, as it seems. Here another pass, and Yopega will be able to finish it off. And it's just utter domination coming out from the Bros. Pass into the backboard. Kino unable to react to that fast enough. Four goals down now. Scepter going for that backboard. Casper has it open net and he misses it. Kino, can he get it on target? Thank God. Casper got away with further there. Jesus. It was slightly awkward, but you know, we gotta put the floor of our standards somewhere. It has to be above that. Oh my, but yeah, I mean, this game, it's not really felt like the bros have kept White Rabbit in their half. It's just been whenever the bros have been in offense, it feels like they just score. It's just like that simple. They just score. I mean, what can I say? They're just built different. So overall, I feel like, you know, if you talk about possession or opportunities, I feel like it's been somewhat similar, but for White Rabbit, it's been more like half opportunities, whereas for the bros, it's been clear cut, and they strike every time. Here, a very good demo here coming out from Abs. Another a little bit awkward, but Scepter uses it fine, clears it out. Here, good pass to Christian. Gets another shot off Kino, able to save that one. Like, not with the best touch there, and kinda gave away possession, but it looks like the clearance did exactly the same for White Rabbit. And 10 seconds remaining. That should do it. No, still saved by Casper, but 10 seconds, practically impossible. A very, very good start for the bros. For White Rabbit Gaming, a little bit of a disaster, but it is only game 1. So you got quite a bit of time here, considering it's a best of 5, not a best of 3 and a best of 1. But definitely a worrying start for White Rabbit and the bros. I mean, they looked pretty good. Look at that. Look at the opportunities they had. I mean, I was wrong, I suppose. I said I felt like it seemed somewhat even, but that bros just had better chances and more clear cut. But like, look at that. 12 shots to 8. It's not that big of a difference, but like, look at that Christian just stat padding that game. 8 shots. Oh my. Alright. Let's add that game, shall we? Alright. Alright. Alright, we go into Aquadome. Aquadome is has had some history in RLCS now. It's not. It should be a respected map. I feel like some people really don't like it. I don't really know why. I can understand why you're kind of iffy about it, but like to actively dislike it. Aquadome's alright. It's alright. Come on, guys. But I digress. Oh, Kino here actually able to get that to the backboard by pinching that with the ceiling. Casper. Doesn't look like he got too effective a touch there. Keeps it mid. Kino up for that one. Able to anything going still. Yopego. Challenge early there by Casper. That's torturing the defense from the bros early on here. That's White Rabbit Gaming seem to be on the ball the most here. Opportunity potentially, but Kino pinch passes that way too fast. Thus, no goal coming for White Rabbit Gaming in game 2 so far. Pego. Opportunity goes to the backboard. Just to strike it again, but able to keep it in possession. Kino. Here's this one out. Scepter there. Tries to get to the midfield. Abs first that one by a mile. Still got the player to bait themselves in as well. Oh, that looks... I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but Christian will be rewarded with a goal there. Slightly awkward from the defense. I think it was Casper in the midfield, potentially thinking his teammate was going to be able to get to that one, and thus the defense being a little bit slow here actually from White Rabbit. Guess it's the midfield, but it looks like nobody's ready. Ooh, bump coming out between Casper and Scepter. Looks like the chemistry is not completely on point today for White Rabbit. The ball completely free for the opponents. Aims for the top corner and he hits it perfectly. Top corner shot from Abs. Through the smoke as well. And the bros have just simply been better so far. capitalizing on their chances, and especially making a lot of chances as well. And White Rabbit's amount of chances have not been that bad, but the opportunities they have had have just lacked a bit of quality, or ice, if you will, the consistency to pull them off. Really results here in a massive goal difference between the teams so far. I will say that I feel like getting just one goal here for White Rabbit Gaming could shift the momentum entirely, but it's easier said than done to get that one goal. Sweet Casper able to maintain possession there, but looks like he got pushed a little bit too much, and now play seems to have gone to nowhere practically. Perhaps not able to do too much. Keno pushes this one forward. 2 minutes and a half remaining. Half of the game done. Really need a goal here. Keno able to get this on target. What a passing play. Keno, I feel like he especially has been on the front end of a lot of these attacks and just unable to really make something effective happen, but that time puts himself in a perfect position, gets past towards as well. It's a great finish by Keno. White Rabbit Gaming might just be beginning to gel here. Keno again. Oh, actually gets it past the last defender. Yopega a little bit awkward here. It looks like Bros got away with it just for now. You know, getting this onto the backboard. Looks like nothing's coming with this play so far. Weak Casper gets another touch. Yopego backflip as well. Slightly nerves potential here coming in for the Bros after they've put themselves in such a good position. They're really desperate to maintain it, I suppose. So that might be one of the factors why all of a sudden things have changed. Keno going for that bump, slightly off the mark. So close to working out Scepter. Evolved in that play earlier. A great pass off to Keno to put themselves within one. Weak Casper. Have to wait a little bit longer to see what he can do. Still yet to be part of a goal of this series, to my knowledge. Even though the Bros haven't really been effective since their 2-goal lead in their offensive opportunities, very often hitting the ball somewhere where a teammate isn't, but it is delaying the chances from White Rabbit whilst not really committing themselves. So I think they're just trying to play cautiously to maintain this lead heading into the latter stage of this match. Now only 36 seconds remaining. Scepter going for that backward, but looks like she's got it covered completely fine. Ball coming out to midfield, and Abs actually not pushing out what potentially he should have. Keno with a shot opportunity, and he will strike again. A second goal, the brace for Keno. And now I have to say, whilst I was saying that the Bros looked like they were trying to play cautious, sometimes when you're trying to maintain a lead late on into the game, you can play too cautious, just leave the ball in positions where you're really giving away just everything. The ball, just the free opportunity for the opponents, because you can give away the ball, and that's fine. When you give them the ball in a dangerous position, that's when it becomes really problematic, and that's exactly what they've done here. Oh, almost another shot opportunity from Keno. Really seems to be on the shot. To have the last touch on every shot here, every play coming from White Rabbit. And we go into overtime. Christian to beat one. Scepter completely out of the play for a while. You know, again, he's been very, very smart so far. A good 50. Scepter to be first to that one, gets it into the opposition corner. Pego. It's a decent clear, perfectly for Christian to get a touch, but it's not the greatest. Be Casper. Passes it back to Keno. Starts his mechanical play in the air, but it looks like Abs. No issues to deal with that one. Scepter, free shot on net. Didn't get a comfortable touch there. And play seems to go away now. Abs. High boost situation here. Gets a decent 50 off to the side as we enter the blue half. Keno fast enough on that play to stop that one. Very, very smart bump coming out from the Bros. Christian the air here. Upega with a lot of boost. Might potentially be going for a clip. Oh, double tap a 10, but it's nowhere near the target there. It's White Rabbit Gaming. They hold on for now, but ooh, Upega slightly awkward there, but he gets up perfectly to his teammate in the corner. But if you're the Bros fan, you really want your team to play slightly more progressive, because it really feels like they're about to concede. They're giving away the ball a lot in these situations. Here, shot for Scepter potentially, gets it behind one defender. Nowhere near targets. Tries to maintain a dangerous position. I'm slipping my words slightly there. Casper tried to do his best there, but unable to get the play to a dangerous position there. Maintaining the boost, just has to flick one, gets one out of the play pretty much. Kino gets this one onto the backboard, has to get the backboard read. Gasper slightly misread that one. The shot coming out from Scepter just not good enough to beat the defense. Upega goes off to the other side. Shot coming through, easily saved by Casper. But he put his team in a difficult situation. Kino with a good save. Another shot coming through, but it did not challenge defense whatsoever. As we're back into the orange half, big clear from Upega. Now we find ourselves back into the orange half yet again. A lot of big clears coming out from both teams, a lot of big challenges. Perhaps our play is going less creative as we're getting into a very, very tense part of the game. White Rabbit Gaming will be desperate to win this one. They have had most of the momentum in this overtime and heading into it as well. Bros absolutely dominant beforehand, but since then, since the two goals that they've scored, it's been all White Rabbit Gaming pretty much. All coming into the midfield. Kino beaten easily by Christian. Good defense here coming up from the Bros. Casper gets it to the midfield. Scepter there, but it's saved by Christian yet again. And they stay alive. The Bros holding on for dear life, but it really seems like they've been detained and held in custody in their own half in overtime. As White Rabbit Gaming absolutely in control here so far. Oh, I thought for a second Kino was going to miss that one, but seems like he's just fine. But I do think everybody's getting a little bit more nervous here, and it could be potentially a giant mistake that will cause the last goal in this game, rather than a very impressive outplay. But we'll have to wait and see. Now heading into 4 minutes almost of overtime. We'll see if we could reach it. That would be great. Or else my statement was technically wrong. We need to head into 4 minutes, guys. Let's do it. Unless we score. Unless White Rabbit scores, then it's fine. Okay, there we go. Looks like nobody wants to be the one that makes the mistake here. Slightly off target, and Kino able to get a redirect yet again. Kino, what a shot and what a performance from him. A hat-trick coming out for him. Casper clanging that one, and I think it was slightly off target. And even if it wasn't, it doesn't matter, because Kino able to secure that one. And White Rabbit Gaming able to shift the momentum completely in that game. It really looked like the Bros were taking control, but that they did not by the end of the game too. It looked all White Rabbit Gaming. Just complete control over that game after they they were 2 goals down. And now the Bros, I mean, looking at the rest of that game, they'll have trouble, based on my expectations, to do well in the next one. I think it is looking good for White Rabbit Gaming. At the start, it looked so lackluster. It's kind of similar to the first series, to be completely honest. Only difference is that the opponents were a bit better, and it showed they got punished for a lot of these mistakes a lot more. But it looks like they've really reached a new level, and the Bros will have trouble getting their momentum back into this series. But it's definitely been a very, very tight affair between the two. So definitely excited to go into the next match. As we head into DFH Stadium, I think that's what this map is. First to the ball will be Scepter there. Looks like he's able to get to a teammate. That's kind of what the kickoff is sometimes. It's just, you know, you're just trying to beat someone, but maybe there's not a large picture to get it to somebody. You know, the brains only start really turning on after the kickoff, you know. But it does make sense. Being slow off the kickoff, just feel like you put yourself at an advantage from the start, so maybe that is what the players have in mind. Abs pushing this one to the side, looks like really do anything too much, and it's a good 50 from Kino, but it looks like nobody from the blue side will be able to capitalize. Here Kino trying to play patiently, looking for a mistake out of the defense of the bros. They hold on just fine within this first minute of game number 3. You know, unable to get anything off there. Here Abs trying to go for a redirect, gets it off to the backboard. Pego unable to get there in time. It looks like every player has been beaten. Wee Casper with an open net, and this time Kino will not secure it. Wee Casper, his first goal of the series, and I think that's that bodes well for the team. A bit of confidence coming out for Wee Casper now that he's scored potentially. So I expect even better from him from now on as well. You know, let's share the goals. Let's give one to Scepter too. Ooh, 50, very, very awkward, just slightly off target. But it was threatening to say the least. Well, now off to the side. Wee Casper will be the one on it. Able to air dribble the defense here. Abs doing very, very well. And Abs has actually quite impressed me this series, I have to say. I did not know anything about him, but I feel like he's really made himself worthy to be known in this series. Scepter off to the side, looks like he's unable to follow it up afterwards. Wee Casper playing this one patiently, yeah, a little bit risky, and shot coming out. Pego slightly off the mark there. As their play does get shut down by the crossbar, if you will. As Casper pushes this one forward, looking for that 50, gets a decent one, looks like, you know, will be the one on it first. Not the greatest shot coming out from Kino. It's a good save by Christian, if I remember correctly. Emma coming out from Christian. The blue defense makes itself a little bit awkward. Kino able to save that one. Pego, he had a fairly good opportunity there after the demo that came through. But it's a good stop by Kino, keeping his team in the lead, 1-0 heading into the second half of the match. And not just by stats, but also by mechanics. Really, Kino has looked very, very impressive and at the forefront of this offense for White Rabbit Gaming. Scepter pushes this one forwards. Pego there to intercept. Goes again, but Wee Casper beats him easily. And the shot comes through, and that, ooh, Abs. I was complimenting him earlier, but that you could already see that really, really early coming in. This little push from Abs when he was beaten by Kino, potentially should have just dived and hoped for the best. Because if he didn't go, that was just gonna go in, and so it did. Kino now with a goal himself in this game. Sorry, every now and then I look at the leaderboard on accident. I've got this like weird habit of looking at the leaderboard. I feel like I've been quite decent not doing it today, but every now and then it does come out. You know, look at that, air dribbling everybody on the field. Wee Casper able to get to the net, but it's a good save by Pego. Didn't really have to do too much. But sometimes positioning should be given props to as well. A good fake by Wee Casper, just didn't have the control to really make it work properly. Off to the corner, backs out as well, very smartly so as well. Doesn't want to risk anything late on in this match when they're 2 goals up in the last 40 seconds now. Kino with a big clear. Pego gets it off to the side. It looks like the bros really have just not been able to get any offense, really. They've had a couple opportunities, but none of them really look too good, and I would say that White Rabbit has looked fairly clearly the better team this game. though, you know, potentially getting slightly fortunate at some moments. But the Bros, I feel like if they are getting demotivated from this series, I feel they really shouldn't, because they've really shown that they can perform to an extremely high level like they did in Game 1 and the start of Game 2, and if they recreate that, they can definitely go toe-to-toe and potentially beat White Rabbit Gaming. But so far, White Rabbit Gaming have stepped up a level, and they've really demotivated, from what it seems, the Bros, who've had a lot of trouble trying to get back to their form they had earlier. And that's a well-deserved 2-1 lead in this in the series. And I've decided that whilst waiting in the menu, I will charge my laptop, because why not? That's the content you get today, guys. I'm right now plugging in my charger. That's what you get, the in-between game content, guys. Let's go, White Rabbit. Let's go, Psychedelic Squirrel. We appreciate the support for White Rabbit Gaming. The best team in the world! But yeah, the Bros, they don't have any lives left, basically, if they lose this one. This is their last chance, if they will. They cannot lose any games from here. But if they do win this game, they would be quite somewhat clear favorites, I would say, for Game 5. So that's something, to say the least. Oh, what a save by Abs here. Weak Casper coming in with a shot. You know, really pushing the defense here. The maintained offense for a little bit there. Weak Casper, another attempt there. Didn't get anything clean. But Weak Casper really getting a lot of 50s here, as well as Kino. That they're really putting in a lot of 50s onto the offense. In offense against this defense of the Bros, and it really just keeps the ball in their half. There's not much that the Bros can really do to beat one of the opponents. When the opponents have all the boost, they keep 50ing it. They keep beating that player from the Bros afterwards because they just have so much more boost. And eventually, I think the aim would be for White Rabbit to score after just absolutely annihilating the boost possession and the smart 50s to eventually score. I haven't done so quite here. Yopego, a decent hit there. Ooh, Kino slightly off the mark there. Almost snipes it into the bottom corner. And even though that play kind of feathered out, it does feel like generally White Rabbit Gaming just in control of this game, really. It just doesn't really feel like there's much to worry about in this game for White Rabbit. Very, very comfortable so far. Up to here. So no further than Abs, but not an effective touch either from him. Casper looked slightly risky, but he got a decent 50 out to the side. All as well for White Rabbit. Another opportunity, Scepter with a bit of a backflip, but Kino's there to cover up. Now Abs, slight miss there, and that'll just end their play completely from the Bros. They get one goal off, that could just change the tide of this match completely. It really doesn't look likely so far. Abs and Yopego, a bit of miscommunication there, whether the solo play was coming out or it was meant to be a pass. The Bros, they just simply do not look like they're on the same page here. Yopego actually gets it onto the back, where Casper with a crucial touch there off the read. Yopego will have to track back as he's the only one back. That's a decent touch away, but I'm able to follow this one up. And the Bros, they really do not look comfortable mechanically, either in their chemistry. Now White Rabbit Gaming, they really should be pouncing on this, really, because their opponents don't look too good right now. They're just missing that one opportunity to capitalize. As we head into a minute and 30 left, not a lot of time left, and remains tied at 0-0. Christian tries to play this one controlled, but Other bros have tried to play control, that doesn't really work out for them, to my opinion, I suppose. Here Pego trying to 1v1 here, but it actually eventually works out. He has played controlled, and in contrast to what I said, it worked out completely. Very, very good 50 here is basically what this was. And Christian there to score as well. And just like that, the bros have become a threat. They really haven't been for quite a long time, but just with that play, they've really proven themselves worth more than they have been for quite some time. And White Rabbit Gaming will have to step it up a little bit here, because I feel like they really should have done a little bit more within that time. But they've been unable to do so, and we find ourselves here. Kino off to the side. We Casper off to the other side again. After for that backboard, but it's just backboard defense from the bros. Dealing with that very, very well. Kino now. Opportunity here, trying to confuse the defense. A whiff coming out, but no reception there. The bros survive just about with their 1-0 lead. Kino down to Wee Casper, almost gets it off, but Abs there to save it in the last second. Scepter will have to start the play for White Rabbit Gaming. 17 seconds remaining now for White Rabbit to tie this one up. Christian pushes this one forward. Scepter doesn't get a controlled touch and actually just gives it away. Wee Casper will have to push it off to the other side to try to sort of play. Kino slightly too slow potentially, as Yopego steals the ball off of him and ends the game there and then. And we are going to game 5. The bros really proving that they're a challenge here. They've been very, very inconsistent. So have White Rabbit. But yeah, I mean, it was just one good play coming out for Yopego to give it a goal for Christian, who was perfect in the perfect position to score it as well. But yeah, very, very, very tight affair here. But I do think I want to say that White Rabbit Gaming, if they lose here, would be a bit of an upset. I feel like they have looked generally better. But you know, if you're just generally looking better, you know, if you lose, you do have to admit that you're just simply not good enough, because when you look better but you do end up losing, it's just you have to be more clinical, and that's the main difference here that they have to make, is make more clinical plays really. As we go into Champions Field here for game 5, starting out Wee Casper with a decent touch there off to Kino. They really have to start up quick here. We just want a quick lead, you know. We don't want to start the scoring quick. We don't want to go to another overtime. We don't need that. We can just, you know, win 5-0. That's all we need to do here. Oh, a big double commit coming out from Scepter, and Wee Casper off target opportunity. The defense knew the ball was coming in awkward, and they didn't really want to deal with it in case they own goal. And Christian will get the goal here again, and Christian has really got so many goals here for his team. Definitely very impressive on the offensive end here for the bros. And yeah, that one goal has really changed the momentum ever since that the bros got that one goal last game. It has been a bit of a different story here. See Kino, I say see Kino, it's just Kino. Except here with a free shot. Oh, a save coming in from Abs. Thought it was going to be a free shot, but the defense just really quick to that one from the bros here. Kino looking for a mechanical play. Didn't really look like he got it the way he wanted to. Quite to mention nevertheless. Wee Casper there for a shot, saved again by Christian. You know, what a shot from Kino, what an angle here to really get the momentum back. 50-50 between the two teams, coming out of absolutely nowhere to get this one in. And Kino definitely been the MVP here for White Rabbit Gaming here. Ball going into the midfield. Wee Casper really awkward there. Shot slightly off the mark. Scepter does deal with it, but Kino pushes in when he didn't have to. Oh, a shot coming in again, and it didn't really make it worth. Here, pass off to the midfield. Oh, Christian slightly off target. Can he get it on target eventually? No, he can't. Absolute main. Absolute mania here Just a bunch of whiffs on the backboard, a bunch of double commits, a bunch of miscommunication, a bunch of open net whiffs. It's everything in this game 5 so far. Definitely entertaining, to say the least. But yeah, I digress. We do through all that mayhem, we do find ourselves in a 1-1 game. Played pretty much half the game now. Christian still had a flip, was able to clear it out with it as well. Very, very impressive. You know, a lot of the time when people go off a ceiling or a certain object or surface rather, sometimes they forget that you still have a flip. You do still have that flip. Regardless of how you got it, you know, and how long ago it was, you do still have that flip in, and I do appreciate recognizing that. Casper trying to make things work, but unable to do so, unfortunately for White Rabbit. The ball coming into the midfield. We Casper first to that, will go to the midfield again. Scepter unable to really make anything work, we'll have to force it high. Pego first to that one, goes no further than Kino, who does get demoed in the process, so very good demo by Pego, cancelling that attack from White Rabbit. Scepter to clear this one out. Pego goes high, gets it above Kino. Casper stays there in defense patiently. Clear from Casper. Gets slightly off the defense. Abs pushes on to his own backboard. Pego there to push it to the side. Looks like he's beating Kino, so he'll be the one on the ball. Ball coming into the midfield. Abs with a shot on target. Saved just about by Casper. And Kino gets it off the line eventually. What a save coming out from White Rabbit Gaming, but they hang on to a thread. Or they hang on by a thread rather. And Pego, I mean, he'll be absolutely demotivated from that, and it's a shot from Casper. Just over the last defender. Oh my. Casper able to get the lead for White Rabbit Gaming, and 1 minute remaining. That might be the difference maker here, and it's going to require a little bit of a resurgence for the Bros to get this last goal to tie it up again. But we're definitely in an eventful game 5 here. Casper off to the backboard. Abs able to clear that one out. It's a good demo from Pego, might just kickstart that momentum for them in this game in the last minute to tie things up. Casper able to get this up to the side. Double commit though, but it looks like he can get the ball far enough to save some time for his team. Up attempt again by Casper. Definitely looks like the speed of the gameplay has increased a little bit here from White Rabbit Gaming. They're definitely gaming here. It's Christian. Poor touch here by Casper. Might even be playing too fast now. My man is zooming. Casper spawned again, and he's instantly up again as well. Abs will be beating him to that one though, as Casper out of boost. We'll have to go for the good old boost canister here. A waterfall touch from the backboard, Auto Scepter, but looks like the defense held on just a little bit more. Christian off to the backboard. No, Casper absolutely fine. A game 5 victory, not even close for White Rabbit Gaming. And what a tight affair, and honestly it looks like the series is pretty much 50-50 here, and White Rabbit Gaming will be the ones with the victory. And what a series that was, ladies and gentlemen. White Rabbit Gaming will only have to win one more series, guys, to qualify for the playoffs. They're now 2-0 in Swiss. You need to win 3 series. You'll have to play up to 5 potentially. You have to win 3 series without losing 3, and that will qualify you for the playoffs. And we are currently 2-0 now. Considering we were pretty much the last match in this round, we're gonna go to a beer back screen, but we will be back extremely shortly because the next round will be generated pretty soon. So make sure to not go anywhere. We'll be right back.
just being in love. Everything will be alright. Through the darkness, through the night, no fear anymore. No fear anymore. No fear anymore. I just can't be alone tonight. Don't you hang up again, baby. I just can't be alone tonight. Don't you hang up again, baby. I just can't be alone tonight. Don't you hang up again, baby. I just can't be alone tonight. When it's coming at you like monsters in the night, and you feel the danger that makes you wanna hide. When the cards are stacked against you and you're standing on the edge, now's the time, now's the time. Think about all the dreams you keep inside. Think about all the ones you love. I know this beating heart will be my guide. I know that we can overcome. When the world's so cold and we're losing hope, I need her, I need her. When the darkness comes and we're overrun, yeah, I need her. That's when we need each other. 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 When you're falling faster and don't know where you are, you feel the danger closer than your heart. When the weight is getting heavy and the future is unsteady, close your eyes, close your eyes. Think about all the
Yo, we're back again, guys. We're starting up the lobby very soon. Yeah. We're in the third round. We're in qualification rounds. Every single round we play from now, if we do lose this one or the next one, will be a qualification round. We will have 3 rounds to attempt to qualify. At max, of course. So we do find ourselves in a very fairly comfortable position. We're just in the test lobby so far. Like, wondering why you might hear buckling noises. We're just testing the lobby, and then we'll be going into the series pretty soon. Wish you can play some more music in the meantime.
ones you love. I know this beating heart will be my guide.
But yeah, I'm quite curious how this next one's gonna go. If you go to exclamation point bracket, then you can see the round we're in. We are playing against May Contain Nuts. It's an interesting team name.
That's when we need each
Check
other.
that.
That's when we need each other. That's when we need each other. That's when we need each other. That's when we need each other.
I'm out. We're talking about random stuff in the chat. I think they've finished the test lobby. So we are back. We got let me check something. Let me check. Let me check something. Let me just check if I've got Rocket League. Yeah, I do have sound enabled. Okay, nice. So we've got May Contain Nuts as our opponent. By the way, for those who did not know already, they are 2/3 of the old Orlando Pirates XE roster that competed last season in RLCS 2021-22. Went to Worlds as well, so that's the roster we're up against. In combination with Tadai4, who is probably known as either the best or the second best player in the region, by most people, anyways. So we're up against quite an impressive roster. When I said, oh, we're seeded as #1, but most people probably don't consider us #1, I was referring to this team. Make it Tay Nuts. They are realistically the favorites for the entire season, basically. So we've got a really tough matchup here. By the way, as well, with those who did not know, I realized this somewhere early on in Series 1, in the middle, but we're actually playing with our sub Scepter. Our main roster player is actually Friction. I didn't really mention it because I don't know, I didn't feel like it was that important, but yeah, if we get thrashed this series, if we do, now we're in a 1-goal lead. I mean, yeah, we're in a 1-goal lead. Yeah, we're in a 1-goal lead. Yeah, we're not in a 1-goal lead. We're in a tie game. But if we do get thrashed, that's the excuse here, right? That's how we regain here. Because they were playing with the sub. Last one I got, last series I had a feeling, I was pretty confident in them winning it regardless, so that's why I never mentioned it. But I'm gonna mention it here, Scopium. But I digress. Early on, we've already had 2 goals here in the first 20 seconds here. And it's yeah, impressive here from Kino, the Kino shot earlier. I just wanted to preface that, even though I didn't react to it earlier. But you know, we're just in game 1, we're chilling. I'm still curious to see what's gonna happen in this series, especially combination of Snowy to die for, which is something most people have probably longed for ever since last season. So very interesting to see how they will stack up together. Pass off to Snowy, and get a good enough shot to beat Kino. Yeah, already been able to start off this series with an early goal. Oh, Make It Tay Nuts were able to respond very, very quickly. Those wondering how our opposition has done so far in today's tournament, they have swept Fish, and they won 3-1 against Apex. Apex, a pretty respectable team, I would say. So, you know, 2 decent wins, but none that really should worry the team too much. It's definitely the quality of the players that's what's going to be the worry here, rather than, you know, just the results, because the results don't really give too much context as of yet. But we'll find out more and more the further we get into this series, because, you know, I would say this team with the sub is still better than the teams they've won against, so it should definitely be a challenge regardless for Make It Tay Nuts, and potentially we might just be able to win this one. But we'll have to wait and see. Here, Darth able to get this one forwards, an actual shot coming out from him as well, no response from the defense. And just like that, they get themselves in the lead. Snowy just making himself a little bit of threat, but Darth really calling that one early and saying, I got this shot, I see that I've got him beaten, and tell Snowy, who's kind of in the way, to just back off. It's very well played from May Contain Nuts. Try for it with a bit of a double, trying to slow down the defense and make it awkward for White Rabbit. That it has done indeed. Snowy able to get this to the midfield to die for there. Not impressive enough shot to get that one in. As White Rabbit try to progress into the orange half, they do so, but don't really get anything too good actually. A whiff from the defense. I did say there was nothing too good, but there really wasn't. There was just a big whiff coming out here from To Die For, a misread potentially, and Scepter getting in a really good shot actually off the whiff. A great pitch off the ground, 120 kilometers an hour, and they are not saving that. So a bit of a defensive mistake there. But I'm really happy to see that White Rabbit, they're ready to pounce on those as well. Making themselves more than aware in this series, definitely ready to pounce whenever necessary so far, and they're making this a very, very tight affair. Casper, unable to get that double. Snowy didn't get a good touch himself either. A big clearance into the top corner, and oh, that one will find its way through. Darth, yet again, will be rewarded with a goal as he gets his team in the lead again. Slight whiff coming out, I believe, from Casper. It's rather unfortunate, but they'll have to regain. To Die For. Bit of an awkward touch. It takes some time for Casper to deal with that one, and he actually doesn't at all. He just whiffs it completely. Scepter, the good clearance here, potentially gonna make a goal-scoring play, but it did not want. It just didn't want to work. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. To Die For able to outdribble that past the last defender, and he's got a free goal. We'll make that 4-2. And there we go. Casper. You know, I understand that you would want to keep up the pressure, just trying to make this tight, but it was only 2-3, so I don't really think an early challenge was necessary there. Not enough respect given there for to Die For. And yeah, I mean, they get punished for it, and deservedly so. Scepter here taking his time, but it looks like he's on low boost. Another high commit play from Casper. Almost kind of worked out there, but looks like the defense is just fine in the end. Scepter with another touch there. But it looks like White Rabbit Gaming have just lost a little bit of focus after the last goal they've conceded there. Scepter able to make that play work. Gets us onto the backboard. Backboard defense is there. Won't really turn into much. Scepter here. Really clear this one out. Kino. They get this somewhere, but again, the defense just shutting it down, shutting down the offense from White Rabbit Gaming completely. They do find themselves in a pretty comfortable position with 40 seconds remaining, and look at that Darth. Literally toying with them, just trying to waste time off the clock and annoy them. Snowy with a good flick here. Can he get the second touch as well? He does get a touch, but saved by Scepter. Able to clear this one out. Casper goes in the top corner, tries to redirect this one into the midfield, and Scepter is there. And there is some hope. 17 seconds remaining, and one more goal required to tie this one up. And they need to switch up the kickoff potentially, unless they're very comfortable with their kickoffs. Ooh, it does look like opponents won the kickoff, but ball did go straight to Casper. Shot opportunity comes out from Kino, but what a save from To Die For. Really saving his team and bailing them out of that situation. Another whiff coming out from Casper, and that'll be that. Darth will try to get another goal, and To Die For will be able to secure it. And it's a 5-3 victory in the end in game 1 for May Contain Nuts. Please get an org, because that name should no longer exist. We don't want that name. We need better names. Please, orgs. Pick them up. Alright. Yeah, that was a good game by Make It Nuts, but I do feel like, you know, White Rabbit are going into this realistically. They're playing with their sub. They're not really expecting to come out on top in this series. So I think their mentality shouldn't really go down that much from that game. At least it shouldn't. It might, but it shouldn't. It's what I believe. So I think they can just go into the next game saying, you know, going into the same mindset of we'll just go straight at it. We'll just see what happens, and we'll try to make the best of it, and potentially we can pull off an upset. If we win one game, then that means we can win another, and then they attempt to ride with momentum. It obviously will be a tough task playing against Make It Nuts, who do have Snowy, To Die For, and Darth, you know, the two best players, or the two considered best players by most people, and Darth, who was on that Worlds roster with Pirates XD last season. So I mean, they have a titanic team right there, and so do we in a sense. But we are playing with a substitute. We have to be realistic. You know, put respect on the substitute, which is why they should still believe they have a chance. But you also, you know, you can't over expect yourself to win this one either. So mentality should be in check here for White Rabbit Gaming, but it's whether they can actually put quality in as well to actually mount this upset potentially. Snowy going in the air, able to get a bit of a 50 there, pretty much. To die for. Looking for a flip reset here, trying to get this mechanical outplay, unable to do so. Snow will have to get back, track back, get this one out. Put a demo here on Kino. Snow with 50. I have to say, like, obviously you can see the mechanics by the orange side, but it does feel like they're a little bit afraid to pull the trigger, and they're going for a lot of 50s, so potentially they could be able to pounce on that. That was a close opportunity, but as never in doubt, never in doubt. To die for here again. Another shot coming through, another shot coming from Darth, and that will be just below the bar. To get the first one on the board for Make It A Nuts in game number 2. Definitely looked pretty impressive so far, and I have struck first here in game 2. Snowy clearly beat Scepter there. Little pass down. Shot into the bottom corner from Darth. Doesn't look too impressive. Kino here. Good pass off into the field, but to die for a very good challenge on Scepter. You know, slightly awkward there. Snowy off to the side. Casper. This time with it, it does just fine. Scepter here. Clearing this one out. Looking for a goal at White Rabbit Gaming. Now that this is they're trailing. We Casper that with a shot, and it will be saved by Darth. Very well played by Darth. The defense holding on very, very well for Make It A Nuts. And that's what they've got to do, is when the opponents do have an opportunity, when White Rabbit Gaming do have an opportunity, you got to make sure that you save them, because you know, teams that are force themselves to play on the gunner attack because of the difference in quality. Just got to make sure that when they do have their attempts, they're unable to score it. If you concede stupid goals, there's not much point in overall having a better game. That's why defense is extremely crucial in this game. Another shot coming through from Snowy. Able to score it, only one man back, and he couldn't handle everything on his own. Slightly awkward here. Potentially should have just gone for the ball straight away. But slight misplay there from Kino, but it is all good. It's all good. We regain. Darth, the decent touch there in the corner. Kino, trying to get this off the Scepter. Does get a touchdown, but doesn't get it to another teammate. So it'll just hand off over possession for now. Your bump from Kino. We Casper flicks it over one, just over the top corner to die for. Got a touch on it regardless. Scepter tried to get this still into the midfield, but able to really get a threatening touch there. Scepter over one. We Casper there to receive. Tries to get this into midfield potentially. Gets bumped away by Snowy. Shot coming through from Scepter. Saved again by to die for. And it just looks like they just can't score against this Contain Nuts defense. Looked so solid this game. Another lateral hit by the Contain Nuts defense, and they did allow a little bit of space, but looks like blue side didn't have any men forwards to capitalize. 1 minute 40 remain with a 2-goal lead for Make It A Nuts, and it really doesn't look like they'll be conceding any goals to make this one closer anytime soon. The defense that they've shown so far, really holding up tightly. A good pass here by To Die For, a good shot by Snowy, and it will be rewarded with another goal. 3-0 lead here, and deservedly so as well. They've played very well, and they've earned the rights to this lead. And thus White Rabbit Gaming find themselves in a bit of a tough situation to die for, going for a double tap here. That's shut down by Kino. Darth now, unable to get anything threatening going. Casper, looks like he leaves it for Kino, but the Kino touch was just straight to the orange defense. And to me it looks like they've lost a little bit of focus and they're just saying, alright, we just gotta go next, guys, we just gotta go next. Because yeah, against this team you really feel like you need to have a good start to have any chance. So going down by this amount, you know, as early as they did, probably felt really demotivating, and understandably so. Good arguably from Weak Casper eventually runs out of boost though. Kino. Like Kino might just have to risk it for the biscuit a little bit more for the rest of the series, you know, just hope for the best. No, it's not like you can just mechanically outplay this opposing side here whenever you want to. It's gonna be quite a rarity when you come against a quality like to die for with that flip reset double touch. Look at the mechanics put on display by this region. You cannot underestimate this region. To die for. What an immaculate display of mechanics. SSA is here. And they're here for some serious business. Kino. Does that kick off? But it looks like Darth will be on it eventually. And that will be a 4-0 victory. Can they get another up to die for? Another double tap? Yes it was, but saved by Kino. A very good, very good save from Kino. And a 4-0 victory for Make It A Nuts. More like Make It A These Nuts. Got him! Honestly, the comedy is immaculate. From Rocket S. Shout out to Rocket S. No way, we both have the direct relief charity 2018 badge. Best badge on Twitch. Any agreeers? Any agreeers? Let me show off my badge. This is where it doesn't show. Hey, it shows. There we go. Horrible joke. Horrible joke. True. I'll make an amazing joke. It looks like we Casper will have to regain after that one. Or maybe it's after that series it's gonna be re-Casper. Okay. I'm sorry. Alright, we're going to game 3. White Rabbit Gaming. They only have 1 life left, so if they lose this one, they're done in this series. Obviously not in the tournament, because we're 2-0 for now. But yeah, I mean, yeah, just gotta hope for the best. Hope for the best. That's what this game is. We just hope for the best. Try our best. We hope for the best. Kino, just do like a triple reset or something. That'd be great. Or, you know, Snowy, we'll just put it in the top corner. You know, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. You know, fast aerial, top corner. Usually shooting is easier when you flip into it. So when you fast aerial, you still get it like perfectly into the top corner with that amount of speed. You know, it's fair enough. Yeah. I mean, yeah. What can you do? What can you do? And the answer is, we're gonna win! That's what we're gonna do. We Casper is gonna absolutely annihilate the opposition. Trust me. Look at that, Kino. What's it gonna do when it comes for you? Sorry, I always find it hilarious when you like see someone like pre-jump challenging, and then when you just hit it around them or over them, just go absolutely flying. They're like in your half, and you can just know that they're coming. Guys, I'm not gonna be back for a while. Give me 10 seconds, guys. Slow back, slow back. I always find that hilarious. Hey, all I'm saying is they haven't considered in a while. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Oh, tough to go absolutely annihilated there. Yeah, that's a, yeah, you know, yeah, fair enough. Can we can we go on an ad break? Can I just roll the ads? Can I roll the ads here? Is that what I'm supposed to do? I think I'm supposed to roll the ads here. Maybe that's what like NRG should do. Like after qualifiers, just roll the ads. Don't even bother doing a team broadcast. Just roll the ads for the main event. There's nothing to watch. Oh my, what a shot! Literally every single shot is just like so good. Like the goalkeeper's just sitting there like, sorry, I can't save that. I can't save that, guys. So guys, what did we have for breakfast today? I had a ham sandwich. I also decided that broccoli is my favorite vegetable. That's what I've been doing today. You're having Taco Bell for breakfast. Are you from America? Are you like, did you just wake up or something? Are you from the USA? USA. Oh my Jesus! Oh! Don't own goal it. Let's go. What a save. Did you see that? Roll the clip. Roll the clip. True American breakfasts. To be fair, I'm pretty sure an English breakfast isn't even eaten as a breakfast. Wow, this is an amazing passing play. Like, it's like I ask people like, isn't English breakfast like a lot of food for breakfast? And they're like, yeah, we eat at noon. And it's like, okay, bro, okay. You know, I think may contain nuts. I think they might have won here. Ayo, Sikino. I always want to call him Sikino, but I've been told to call him Kino. 4 goals isn't enough. Okay. So what happened here, guys, is what happened here is they did a backflip and the other one did a front flip and they didn't hit the ball, guys. Also, what happened there is there was a ghost touch, so like, yeah. Yeah, it's like I've been told to say Kino, yeah. I love it. I literally just gave up on casting this. Yeah, I've just given up. It's like, yeah, I'm done. Job's done. I'll go next. This is fine, right? Isn't that what all the content creators do on their team streams? Because I know a lot of the team broadcasts have like content creators, right? So like have like viewers and stuff like that for the streams. Like, how does Kamito from like Carmen Cup, what does he do? I guess he like reacts to everything. With like a very like, you have to like lean forwards and then like start shouting and screaming or something when your team scores. What if I do a Sui or something? Well, I guess I can't anymore because the game's ended. Well, GG's guys. GG's guys, that's a 3-0 victory for Make Contain Nuts. You may be asking, do we have copium for the series? And the answer is yes, we do. The copium is the White Rabbit Gaming played with a substitute, guys. We got the copium, we had it already. We even mentioned it before the series. We had it already. We were prepared. So I don't want any judging. White Rabbit's gonna be the best team in the world with their main player. The second best player in the world is their substitute. What's his name? A Scepter, yeah. So yeah. Considering it was a 3-0 sweep, we're gonna have to wait a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I really don't have much to say. I have to message some people. So I thank you all for watching me, even though I'm pretty sure this series is on the mainstream. Not sure where you'd be watching me, but you know, I appreciate it. But yeah, we'll be going to be our back screen. We should be back. I don't know when, like 20 minutes to half an hour, somewhere around there. So yeah, I'll catch you later, and we'll hopefully win the next one. We're gonna regain.
moment, my fate written, I'm chosen. Other spirits fall, but mine has ceased to be broken. You stripping down my pride, but time my only opponent. And lately I abide, but limitless I've awoken. So let me show you that everything I sacrificed mattered. All that blood, sweat, tears that I scattered. All that fake talk, fear that you splattered. Push me to right here, a new chapter.
Here now, waiting for the flag to fall. Here now, cutting through the rolling fog. You know you need it. It's so close, I feel it. Here now, this is the moment.
One too many times, the shots that y'all are taking. One too many times that I've been stuck patient on my downfall. Antidote seeking while I was vacant, but the crown falls simply to those who try to take it. One shot to get two paid, and my three wet like lemonade. 4 times and I step back just to reload and I let it spray. This is everything that I need, everything that I wanted, everything that I bleed. This is victory and I got it, cause I'm
Waiting for the flag to fall. Here now, cutting through the rolling fog. You know you need it. It's so close, I feel it. Here now, this is the moment.
wanna be the best, but you can't even get up and get dressed. Wasted, face it, you're never gonna make it, make it. Rockstar, you won't get far. I know you're confused. People tell you you can be anything you wanna be. Wanna go to outer space, superhero in the streets. Damn, what a lie. What a time to be alive. How will I survive? That's the battlefield. 1974. Takes hold, then I just might wind up dead. Wasted, face it, you're never gonna be the one. Rockstar, you won't get far, but at least you had fun. People tell you you can be anything you wanna be, a king or a queen, as long as you got a dream. Oh no, it's a lie, they just wanna take your life, try to tell you it's a battlefield. People tell you you can be anything you wanna be. Wanna go to outer space, superhero in the streets. Damn, what a lie. What a time to be alive. How will I survive? That's the battlefield. 1974. Hand out, she holds. It's feeling like we've been here before. We're both so broke. That's something that'll keep us afloat. Don't walk too slow. We can't keep falling deeper again. Came too close and the taste so far from pure. A rush of blood, but we search for so much more. We've all been here before. We've all been here before. We've all been here before. Hand out, she holds. It's feeling like we've been here before. We're both so broke. That's something that'll keep us afloat. Don't walk too slow. We can't keep falling deeper again. Came too close and the taste so far from pure. A rush of blood, but we search for so much more. We've all been here before. We've all been here before.
like running through the pouring rain. I felt like letting go of my mind. I felt it coming with no ground to brace. I think I just might be bad for you, drowning by the fact that I don't need a reason to be bad for you. I'm losing my head and going mad for you. Drowned by your love, baby. You're a stranger, get on the unbalanced, just a little damage, but with you, I don't wanna be here. I felt like running through the pouring rain. I felt like letting go of my mind. I felt it coming with no ground to brace. I think I just might be bad for you, drowning by the fact that I don't need a reason to be bad for you. I'm losing my head and going mad for you. Going mad for you. For you, for you, for you.
You are my strangest addiction. I could say I'll quit without any conviction. Broke my own heart this time for believing that a ghost could find a body alive that hasn't seen the other side. So don't call me, I'll find something to escape my mind. What's the cause when there's no love lost between us? So burn the letters, there's a tragedy in every ember. In every ember. In every ember. In every ember. There's a tragedy in every ember. You are my strangest addiction. I could say I'll quit without any conviction. Broke my own heart this time for believing that a ghost could find a body alive that hasn't seen the other side. So don't call me, I'll find something to escape my mind.
whatever. All this ever about you long gone, it don't matter. Ride or die, that's been the deal. The light of your back, I disappear. But if you don't play that for me, I'm out of it, I'm out of it. I lick my gun and then I'm done. I'm out of it, I'm out of it. Ain't no man to tell me you're no good. I'm brushing away, do you, the weight of you, of my shoulders. Done with my cigarette, and when all the smoke is clear, I'm brushing away, do you, the weight of you, the weight of you. Don't need a no man. Tell me you're no good. I'm brushing away, do you, the weight of you, of my shoulders. Done with my cigarette, and when all the smoke is clear, I'm brushing away, do you, the weight of you, the weight of you. Don't need a no man.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say, baby, before you walk away. No, I'm in the war, I'm in no race, chasing the time. I've been meaning to find a way to face that I'm out on a wires every day, trying to get my head above the waves, staying alive. And I don't mean to be the guy that wanna push it to the side, and all the line and not the lie, you know. So when I leave your shit alright, and your only cycles in your head, baby, I'm just trying to stay ahead. Ooh, just stay alive. I'm not saying you got to go. But it's something you got to know. Stay alive. It's just something you got to know. Now lately we popping at the age, and I kinda regret some things I said. I don't want you to leave, so stay instead, and I pay the price. In the morning we'll both be good and gone, and the world will continue moving on. But I swear that there ain't no other one, just staying alive. And I don't mean to be the guy that wanna push it to the side, and all the line and not the lie, you know. So when I leave your shit alright, and your only cycles in your head, baby, I'm just trying to stay ahead. Ooh, just stay alive. I'm not saying you got to go. But it's something you got to know. Stay alive. Just stay alive. Just stay alive. Just stay alive. It's just something you got to know. Just stay alive.
Lost my mind. My friends all say I lost my mind, lost my mind. I keep talking about you all the time, all the time. I can't help but treat you like you're mine, like you're mine. Yeah, my friends all say I lost my mind, lost my mind. I keep talking about you. I'm so fucking mad, I know, yeah. Cause you're driving me insane. Don't you say I never told ya. Loving you is such a waste of my time, such a waste of my life. Thanks for breaking my heart. And those feelings that we both had when I leaned in and you pulled back and you said that I can't have your love. My friends all say I lost my mind, lost my mind. I keep talking about you all the time, all the time. I can't help but treat you like you're mine, like you're mine. Yeah, my friends all say I lost my mind, lost my mind, lost my mind. I've been different since I met you. All my friends, they say I've changed, and I've been trying to forget you, yeah. But you've been stuck inside my brain. Such a waste of my time, such a waste of my life. Thanks for breaking my heart. My friends all say I lost my mind, lost.
Hello, 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 hello. We might be back. We might be back. Sorry, there was some delay there, unfortunately, but I think we're good. So we're going to tab in. We're playing against Apex Gaming, so it should be an interesting series. I think he's having some bugs. Hey yo, Rocket League. This is quality Rocket League right here. I actually can't take it anymore. It just keeps going. Alright, alright, alright. Match should be starting pretty soon. We're out here in round number 4, if you were wondering. We still have this opportunity and the next round to try to qualify for top 8 playoffs. Which is tomorrow, deciding which 8 teams will go into top 4 and then eventually top 2 and 1 as well. But we've actually gone full circle here. Earlier I was mentioning I casted last season we Casper on a different team, and that in 2 rounds ago we played against one of his teammates in Yopego. Well, this round we're actually playing against the third defunct on Apex Gaming. Actually quite like Apex. I feel like they've got a neat team going on here. Original, I remember, was a pretty impressive player, and defunct as well. I am unacquainted for the most part with Laxar, so I don't really know too much about them. But I think this could be a pretty interesting series, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. As we are still 0-0 tied up, 30 seconds in. Definitely hope this one is a tight one. But I digress. Laxar here. Controlling this one quite neatly, in fact. Getting a decent 50 original. There to follow it up. Low boost a little bit. It actually gets a mid. Defunct gets bumped in the process. The shot comes out eventually. And Laxar will be the one to capitalize and get the lead in game 1. And honestly, I don't know whether we've... I feel like we've gone trailing in the majority of game 1s. I feel like maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. Casper beaten there. Keno. Bit of an awkward spot now. Scepter, decent 50. Keno should be able to follow up on this one. Goes for the double tap, low on boost though, so won't get to the right spot. Casper comes in with a shot, and it will be on target as well. A lot of speed on top. Laxar unable to get there in the midfield in time. Casper definitely has been a little bit quiet today, but glad to see him stepping up there. Obviously, team environment will be different as they're playing. They have been the whole time playing with their scepter for this event so far. So, all things considered, I think they're doing fairly well. Defunct now with a control clear. We'll follow it up again. Goes over to the side, but looks like no teammate was in the vicinity. And Keno pushes it forward and pushes it forward once again. Off the sidewall, and no defender to be found. Early challenge from Laxar there, just completely cut out of position. And we find ourselves in a 2-1 lead. Keno off to the opposition corner. Get too much from it. Scepter actually quite some speed. Casper did it further than Defunct, who pushes it all the way forward straight into Scepter. Able to start a counter attack here. Laxar actually gets a decent 50 here, and if he has boost, which he doesn't, he'll get a good clear, but no boost to be found, and it was a little bit awkward, but get away with it for now. Scepter a bit reluctant to clear the ball instantly, but doesn't quite have the control to clear it in a controlled fashion either. Casper with a very good challenge with an open net as well, but he doesn't get it on target. Keno will get it eventually, but Defunct with the save coming through for Apex Gaming. Really feels like this will be in a tight affair between these two teams. Keno with another shot saved by Laxar. Apex definitely started to mount a lot of pressure earlier on in this game, but it has definitely turned around here in round number 4. Obviously no tournament lives on the line, but qualification is. Ooh, an awkward clear Scepter. Just trying to bump out the opponent, I think. Kino with a decent shot, but Original there perfectly in place to save it. There's no worries on the orange end. Here again, weak cast, but another shot. Again, saved by Defunct. Backboard defense definitely there for Apex Gaming. And rid of a lot of threats here. So far we've had fairly clean Rocket League in this series. Weak Casper. Shot. Got out yet again. Trying to go for that reset. I'm not too sure if he got it. He gets a decent 50 regardless, and definitely the recovery mechanics there. Or the decisions rather. Scepter actually doesn't get a good touch whatsoever, but defense all of a sudden with a giant error here does get a decent touch in terms of there was no real defender there, but there wasn't quite quality behind it. They'll definitely take it, to say the least. Wait a sec, it's a goal off the kickoff. Lackstar instantly pouncing. Kickoff goes straight into midfield. Which kind of fakes it there, but both Scepter and Weak Casper turn, and eventually, or ultimately rather, that will be the root of that mistake. Still within one is Apex. Defunct should have that clear. Does get it exactly to the side. There with a pretty good 50 low on boost though, so can't do too much. Looks like he's just trying to irritate the defense there, and so exactly in the midfield. Wasn't really the defense, my bad. Or regain. That seems to be a big thing for Kino. It's actually not necessarily always rotating back, but staying relevant in the play. Very EU-esque there, I would say. With these less clean rotations, but more ball chasing, if you will, by just sticking around, and defense does have an awkward time dealing with it, even though you might be on low boost. I think definitely it's not a bad idea, because I believe Weak Casper is meant to be pretty good at 1v1, so it helps out with that mentality. That's a place I believe 1v1 players do not mind playing. And there we go, game one. It's a pretty interesting game here, but game one going to White Rabbit Gaming. Overall, White Rabbit Gaming did look a fair bit better, though. A couple unnecessarily mistakes near the end there. White Rabbit Gaming currently headshots are 2 and 1, so they're 1 away from qualifying. Well, 1 series away that they have to win from qualifying. And then they still would have to lose 2 series to not qualify. Let me just make sure. Yeah, I did that the game. Okay. Game number 2 now as we return to Aquadome. Casper trying to help the opponent here. Shot almost goes through, but Lackstar, the very good saves. Scepter tries to 50 that one, but Defunct capable of hitting it around. That weak Casper 50 goes straight in. The last defender should have saved it, but he was just not expecting the touches to go there. Oh, a bit of a ghost touch. That's unfortunate for Lackstar, but White Rabbit Gaming will get the lead early on. Already 20 seconds in. Early start here for the blue team. Lines in midfield. Lackstar didn't have a clean approach. There was a defender in the way. Defunct will though. Straight read off the backboard, and just like that, we're tied up. The lead didn't really last that long, did it? It really didn't. Defunct, I do remember last time I watched him, he's a very clinical player. And he continues to be so here in this series as well. Just pass off the side by Lackstar. Defunct there. Get off to the backboard almost now, but gets caught out there by Weak Casper. Here a bump as well. Oh, it just does get saved by Defunct. I thought the bump was coming out, but it did not. Good defense there by Apex. Scepter with the demo as well. You know, off to the backboard. Scepter is the last man. Still gets a touch, but didn't get a good one off, unfortunately for him. So we will remain tied for now. Here another big demo from Casper. Definitely playing this irritating playstyle for the opponents to deal with, where they're just coming from areas where you wouldn't really expect them to, and it's definitely working here for White Rabbit. Worked in game 1, and it's worked fairly decently here in game 2 so far as well. You know, with another demo here, Scepter. The space gets it to Kino, but it's shut down by Original. Original is definitely not in a highlight of his team as much as I was expecting him to. Perhaps he will step it up a little bit later on in this series. Definitely a capable player, he's definitely proven that to me in the past. And he does get a good pass there off to Lackstar. Way to prove me wrong. Original, clearly he heard me, and he gets this perfect pass off the Lackstar. The defense just not in the midfield quick enough. Original seeing that positioning and takes advantage of it as well. You know, winning the kickoff there, Scepter able to really get to the other side quick enough to cleanly beat the opponent there. Defunct with a bit of time. There, looking, faking two people out. Does get a bump as well. Shot coming out from Original. Tries to get the reset. He does get it on target. Look at that, Original absolutely popping off the bumping play from Defunct. Getting one out with the pass, getting one out with the bump. Original goes high, goes for the flip reset, and gets the rebound in as well. What a play from Apex. Definitely stepped up suddenly midway into this game. So impressive. Look, another pass coming down. Langstar will not commit to that one. Kino was first. Good pinch downfield. Defunct gets it off to the side. Kino have to clear that one out. Got a lack of options and resources. Look off to the side. Langstar, Casper beats all of the players out. Rizzo with a good touch downfield to Defunct. Get that boost as well. Kino bumps him out, but also misses the ball in the process. So a little bit of gap in the defense, but Langstar does get there eventually. As we remain a 3-1 with 2 minutes remaining now. White Rabbit Gaming having come back from a 2-goal deficit here. Scepter gets Swanton midfield. Casper there, puts it back to Scepter. Oh, there it looked like it was miscommunication. Communication on what was the offensive opportunity and what the plan was going to be with it. Here, looks like Scepter has some time to go for the open net, but it looks like, oh no. He didn't look confident to go, and then Kino just jumped in out of nowhere to try to get it himself. Definitely don't look like they're on the same page completely there. And I feel like Scepter's confidence has actually gone down a little bit throughout the day. Who Original close to that one, almost own-goaling to the bottom corner. Kino thanks for the mechanical play, but he didn't get the reset, but he doesn't need it if you can 50 it all the way through yourself. Sometimes not getting the reset at least baits an opponent out, and goes for the 50 and gets a brilliant one as well. They're back within 1 minute remaining. Not that much ground to have to make up here. Good defense, trying to fake out the last defender, but Casper more than aware of the threats. Now looking dangerous, going for that backboard. Defunct up and early. Defunct with a great defensive clearance. Original there to pick up the slack as well. Defunct now moving downfield, going for that backboard. Lackstar just up with it, but unable to get to it first. Now Original. Can't seem to be Casper that bangs it downfield. Lackstar able to get it on his own backboard. Casper up again, goes for that backboard. Cleared again here by Lackstar, I believe. Casper off to the side. Shot coming through from Kino, and it's top corner. Nothing you can do about that when you give him that space. And 14 seconds remaining, and we're yet again all tied up as we get ready for overtime potentially. Would be such an advantageous game to win here for White Rabbit Gaming, because Apex really cannot afford to lose it. Always hard to reverse sweep, so a 2-game lead would mean so much for White Rabbit here. Scepter here, the substitute, trying to make amends for some of the mistakes he had earlier, but you have to try to do so in overtime here. Touchdown mid. Looks like Kina will have to be the one responsible for this ball. Remains patient and pushes us to an own corner. Moves it downfield now. Gets a bump as well. 1 down. Maxstar pick up the slack instantly though. No reception here. Original up for the shot, and it will be on target. And Apex, they do survive. And they tie up the series 1-1. And they do deserve it after their incredible playmaking earlier on in the game. But you know, White Rabbit Gaming, can we sub a player out? That is a question from Wee Casper. What's going on? It seems like they're trying to get their main player back in instead of Scepter. To be fair, that did look like they it did look like they got somewhat frustrated during that game with Scepter. Looked a little bit less tolerant. Seemed like the chemistry went down a little bit when that happened. So, regardless of whether that is justified or not, they will definitely get better with their replacement in chemistry as well, and team mentality, I believe. Oh, we're going into pillars, guys. We're going into pillars. What can I say? Leave. Okay. Oh, that's a great map, to be fair. Alright. In the meantime, Scarab free play, my guys. Scarab free play. Oh! The Scarab is overpowered. Okay, I guess we'll just wait for a bit. We'll just wait for a bit. I don't know. Alright, so we should put some music on while we wait. Suppose we should do that. Put it slightly down. But yeah, apparently Friction will be replacing the substitute. So we get to see the main roster now. I don't see the main player there though. Friction in the house. Woohoo. Yep. But I do have limited time to get them in there. Okay, they have 5 minutes apparently.
My therapist is saying that I should. I don't believe it, but I really wish I could. Instead, I guess I'll stay misunderstood.
Poggers. Yo, what's up, Rocket? S. Yeah, they're getting in the main team player now instead of Scepter. I've been told.
Say you feel it too, I'll haunt you. Hold on till I'm lost in the fun.
So I get to see the main roster. I just want to say a special thank you for Scepter for subbing in as well today. It's been a pleasure. Without a doubt. Okay, it seems like they're starting. Alright. Main team now. Friction. Does have some slight issues now, there we go. Scepter put in a lot of work in today, but we've got the main player in now. Blackstar with an early attempt there for Apex, but unable to make much of it, fortunately. Original though, actually decent control here, getting into the midfield. Friction with low boost, unable to deal with it. Shot was missed in the midfield, so didn't end up mattering. Kino. A demo in the midfield here. Defunct able to make do here in defense. Defunct definitely been impressive in the defensive end and in the offense. Very clinical finisher. Has been very fast up for the backboard reads to make sure any typical shots don't go in. Friction here. 50 in the opposition corner. Blackstar trying to get a controlled flip reset there, but unable to do so. Casper just clears it simply. Actually gets a bump on Lexar as well. Friction with a little bit of time. Gets a past one. Tries to get a past two. 50s it into the midfield. Original. A bit of a whiff there. Lexar. There in the midfield. We Casper with the C key now. Every now and then I do say C key now. On accident. It happens. Your touch to weak Casper. It's at low, however. Defunct putting high. Friction with a bit of a whiff here, so an opportunity for Apex. Original doesn't get it on target. And White Rabbit Gaming, they stay alive. Definitely a bit of a suspicious situation there for White Rabbit Gaming. They definitely have to up their defense because it's looked not really to the desired level here. They do remain tied, and if they would score now, we would gain a lot of momentum for his team. It'd be, in contrast, be extremely demotivating for Apex, who've definitely been the more impressive team early on here. Here, good read by Friction to get the 50 afterwards. No, he doesn't. Your fast play by Original, getting the bump on Kino as well. Casper, this one high. Lackstar able to read that off to the backboard. Original able to get a touch. Midfield to redirect. Defunct goes slightly above the bar. We Casper have to do with it just about, and Kino gets it out. So a shot coming through, saved by Weak Casper. Another shot coming through from Lackstar, saved again by Kino. White Rabbit Gaming defense earlier was a little bit suspect, but they have definitely regained a little bit. They just need to get a good opportunity for it to make it all count. You know, going off to the backboard, goes off the ceiling. It doesn't get the ceiling shot. Casper saved as well. And now on both ends, both defenses being challenged, but they hold on strong. Friction here trying to 50 it. Doesn't really get a good touch there. Original low boost, however, so they can't get it out. Awkward plays here from both teams. Friction gets it forward again. Defense still on low boost from Apex Gaming. Here another challenge from Kino. Casper is there. Defunct does get one touch on it. Original will be the one that gets it out. Blackstar just wanting to get a touch on it. Don't really have much of a... Just wanted to be the last man, basically. He did definitely make the defense awkward by doing so. And it's good to see that these teams are like just wanting to make sure that they at least beat someone. They're not just, oh, what if the player is doing this, then maybe if I do this that will work out. It's like, no, we need to play safe. It's tied up. This is a qualification series. They want to make the most of it. They're not being too risky, so definitely does make this pretty tight between these two teams. Friction going for the double tap. He does get it on the backboard, but doesn't get it to a teammate, unfortunately. Casper going off the ceilinging, going for a solo play. Unable to score off of it, but it was definitely threatening. Another shot coming through. Saved yet again here. Another bump coming through as well. So many offensive threats coming out on both ends of the pitch, but nothing is actually working and beating that final defender. Defunct controls it a little bit awkwardly, gets an awkward landing, 0 boost as well. Lot to make up for there. Laxstar with a bit of a backflip, but does so in a controlled fashion to not be punished. And 0-0, 3 seconds left, and it looks like we are ready for overtime. But here, last second play potentially. Original controls it off to the side. Casper gets it high though, so it remains in the orange half, but it will go down to the ground eventually as we do go into overtime. Who will win on DFH Stadium? The question here. Casper gets it to the midfield. It's cut out by the defense though. Friction just taking his time, gets it to the midfield. Kino's there. Defunct ball chases on that play to make sure he's there to cut it out. Kino able to get that backboard read off to the side. Casper, they clear, though it did cause a double commit. My Rubber Gaming have to position themselves correctly and safely now. Friction able to 50 that one behind him. Team is there to collect it afterwards. Defunct. It's a decent 50 back. The original comes to collect, spits it over to Lagstar. Ooh, decent touch here while Casper there, covering the top corner from the backboard. It wasn't too threatening, a good 50 here, or a good challenge rather from Original. Here another ball from Lagstar coming down. Waterfall drop. But again, will not conclude to anything. Decisive, and eventually Original will get the decisive shot into the top corner. 1 minute into overtime. Look at this placement on this shot. The defense has been solid, but it couldn't last forever. And Apex, they get the lead in the series. As for White Rabbit Gaming, they have just subbed in their main player, so perhaps they're just warming up a little bit as a team, but there is a lot of pressure though, so it's hard to get comfortable when the pressure keeps increasing the longer you play, considering they did lose this one and therefore are trailing. As our RLCS referee states, we are going into game number 4 in Utopia Coliseum. White Rabbit Gaming, they cannot afford to lose another game, but they can afford to lose another series. They can go to round 5 and qualify for top 8 there, though this team will definitely have ambitions to do so much more than that, so for them this is definitely a must-win series. No lives left in this game, as they will go to round 5. Really on pass, man. Nobody there from White Rabbit Gaming. There will be an opportunity for Apex though, but it's lackluster to say the least. The White Rabbit, they do get away with a little bit here. And a little bit awkward. Original there attempting the flip reset, but did not get it cleanly. Bit of space here in the midfield. Casper closing that down. Next start. I think the 50 out, unable to do so. Kino a little bit awkward here. Kino has been such a star player since the start, but I do feel like he's calmed down a little bit since. Mechanically, very, very sound player. Defunct, able to get 2 touches there to bail out his defense. Casper off to the mid. Friction. Let's get a 50 off. Casper there. Lagstar going for the shot, and it will be off target, but he gets a double tap and in. Lagstar does it all on his own from an unlikely scenario. Friction, I think he thought that might have been on target, and it looks like he outplayed himself a little bit there. And White Rabbit Gaming have a lot to make up for. They're in a very awkward position here, trailing on match points for the opponent. Another shot coming through, but it's above the goal and onto the crossbar. And they will not pounce to make it even more unlikely for White Rabbit. White Rabbit, they do have to score sooner rather than later. It's 3 minutes on the clock. Even though they are in quite a rough spot now, they do have to recognize the time. They need to be ambitious to win this game, but they can't get too desperate here. Long clearance, awkward, but dealt with by Defunct. Here 50'd again, Blacks are in front of the net. As White Rabbit Gaming do get a little bit more of offensive opportunities here. Weak Casper, clangs out long. Friction able to get it on low boost as well. Weak Casper, Friction on the same position. Kino has to make up for it a little bit here. Defense is a bit too slow, and Friction there in the midfield. Kino with the vision to see the defender and see the midfielder and says, yep, that's a goal. Literally, teammate has to do nothing but just hit it somewhere. And halfway into the match, we find ourselves 1-1 evens Stevens. Sorry, I had to say something cringe, okay? It had to come in eventually. Even Stevens, guys. It's even Stevens. But you are definitely in a very, very exciting series so far, and I expect it to be more of the same in this match and any upcoming matches potentially. Here, another shot from Kino, saved very well by Defunct. Casper trying to play control, but Lackstar pushes it fast enough to get it out. Friction to follow this one up. Lackstar in a little bit of an awkward position here. Kino actually misses that, but that's actually the ideal play. Casper was able to get a free shot, but it was not good enough to beat the defense. Kino coming from midfield to hit this one mid, but wasn't really the most effective touch in the end. Casper here, just a 50 with original. Defunct whiffs that one. Kino able to get play on the ball in the process. Casper going for that backboard. Original. A little bit awkward. Does still get it out somewhat though. Not the way he wanted to. Kino again going for that mid pass. Friction there again. Goes a little bit high. Axar actually off to the counter attack. Ball here in the mid. Awkward touch to deal with, but Casper there very patiently. Well done as well. Relieves some pressure off the defense. Your Kino actually tries to fake one out, but Defunct with an early challenge. And it was the right one as well. Tries to bump out Weak Casper here. Pass to the midfield. Originals there. Unable to finish it off as the defense yet again stands strong for White Rabbit Gaming here. Attempted to pinch to the midfield. Weak Casper is out the challenger, but doesn't really get in an effective position, which is why challenging early can actually be quite effective, because you can force a bad touch out to the opponent, or a touch that is easier to deal with for your teammates, and that's definitely been the case there. I left the party, let's go. 7 seconds remaining here. Friction on ideal shots. Casper gets it off to the backboard again. Flying ball on the last second, and it does seem like we're going to overtime yet again. We've had a fair few today. Kickoff actually non-standard there. Kino going off in the air, showing his mechanics. Lackstar with a acceptable 50 here, getting it to a teammate. Here a clearance though, slightly off target. And subsequently, Apex are still alive. Definitely could have been the game deciding play there. B Casper going low, tries to get the double, maybe the dunk, but Original gets it past. Here beats Kino as well. Friction last man. Had to get a decent touch, and he did get one good enough. Giant clear on the opposite side though. Blackstar just aims for the backboard, but does commit himself forward. Oh, shot was not good enough. Friction with a little bit of time and space here. Oh, the bump coming out from Weak Casper was not good enough. And yet again, Apex, they stay alive, but we've had some really good chances that definitely should have been scored here by White Rabbit Gaming. Here, oh, pretty awkward here, but Original deals with it well. Kino, let's get dropped down, dealt with by White Rabbit Gaming here. Does feel like a big mistake or a big play could come here and decide the game at any moment. A touch from Friction. Original stays patient in defense. Big clear here. Lagstar's up. Beats the defense. Defense holds strong on the goal line, however. Now big clearance off to the backboard. Tries to double tap it. But Defunct's there. Lagstar collects the ball afterwards. Puts it in the midfield. Original's there. Goes high. Goes for the double tap off target. So close for Apex Gaming. Could have been the goal to decide the series there. But no, we continue overtime as we enter 2 minutes into it now. Another hit from Original. Does not actually get itself in a threatening position. Weak Casper puts it off to the side. Actually, awkward touch here from Defunct. Might be on target here. A shot from Kino. And we will be going to game 5. Kino. He's been so impressive, especially early on, but now he makes up for it again after not really doing too much in a little while, but he's definitely stepped up in this game. White Rabbit Gaming now, so much momentum going in this game 5. Apex Gaming, I felt like they had to win that game to win this series. Now, full roster, they're getting some momentum, they're getting better. Going into game 5, I would say White Rabbit Gaming indefinite favorites. Going into game 5 here, and it would give themselves a better seed as well if they qualify through round 5 into the playoffs. So this game meaning a lot here. Oh, and I've lost connection. I'll reconnect. There we go. There we go. I've reconnected, guys. Alright, we are in Champions Field now. Qualification match. Not just match point in this series. Kino actually doesn't deal with that just quite ideally. Looks like the defense holds out though. Kino back into the corner. Leon defending decent here on the blue side. XR gets challenged hard there. Defunct has been very impressive, continues to be exactly that. Did have a bit of a say in the last goal that went in, but Kino, he scores yet again, continues with the momentum, rides with it perfectly. Here, whiff from Lagstar on the backboard. Original having a lot of respect for his teammate, expecting it. But it looks like Apex will have to be a little bit more cautious in this game, because a couple more whips are coming out with the nerves entering their veins, and now a lot of pressure that they'll be on. But definitely do not doubt that there's also a lot of pressure on White Rabbit Gaming here. Till the game 5, regardless of the game score and situation and momentum. You know, with a decent 50 here, will not be too threatening. Did get past one defender. Defunct. Didn't quite get the height he needed there to get that one into midfield. He can chase on this play. Friction is definitely in the way. You know, going for a double tap, but practically useless. Defender perfectly in position for that one. Who shot coming through. Original there to save it. Defunct taking his time, flicks it over one, has an opportunity on net, beats Weak Casper, but Friction there, he tracks back and is there to save the last shot. As we remain in the lead, we Casper with demo as well. Blackstar can't do too much, just clangs it onto the backboard, hoping for the best. Defunct doing a lot of work for his team in an early challenge. Could prove fatal. Kino trying to beat the last man. Casper again going for that demo play. But I don't think he had to be that desperate where you're in game 5. I think it's very important you play a little bit cautious here in game 5 actually. But looks like White Rabbit Gaming are not afraid to put everything on the line here to get that second goal and get that comfortable lead in game 5. They're very confident in their capabilities, and they've really shown that in this series so far. Friction trying to get that ideal 50. Conan did respond, however. Kino off to the midfield. Casper's there, but he's forced to save his teammate's shot. Cannot switch the momentum here. Off to the ceiling. Friction trying to double tap it. So close, but so far. Wee Casper almost gets the angle, but the shot comes through from Friction. Wee Casper sets up his teammate, and we do get that second goal. White Rabbit Gaming in an ideal position here to win game 5 in Champions Field. And with 2 minutes remaining, Apex will have to mount a comeback as their series lives are on the line in this game. If anyone's gonna be the deciding factor here for Apex in a positive way, I feel like it is gonna be Original. He's been pretty impressive in the last few games, and he's been a bit of a standout. I think he's the one who's gonna have the ice in the veins to come back. However, that's if they come back, and I really don't see that happening from this point. I mean, White Rabbit Gaming, they look too good right now. Just look a step ahead of Apex Gaming, who have had quite their fair share of impressive moments. Casper to get that flip reset, beats that last man, but no, wasn't last man. My bad. I was gonna say beats one, but I just said that man. Okino actually beats that one with a demo, but it seemed like he couldn't get it on target, and the other teammate was able to track back. Original gets it into the midfield, no defender to be found, and Lexstar puts it so high. Oh, it actually works out. Defunct there to shoot it in. I feel like the net was open enough here for Lexstar to just score this, but it hits it so high. Doesn't end up match rate. Defunct up there to cover up the slack. And Apex are within 1. A lot of tension here, a lot of friction if you will. Here in game 5, 40 seconds remaining. Casper with a very awkward touch for the defense to deal with Original. What a good clearance by him on the defense for Apex Gaming. Keeping themselves alive and giving him an opportunity to come back here late on into game 5. Now Lexstar pushes this one forward, seems to be in control, goes for the flip reset. Doesn't get it off very well. Friction able to clear it out. Good challenge by Original. A massive pinch from Kino. Pushing it to the other side, burning time off the clock. Kino, another touch there, and Wee Casper gets it over 1. Kino, there yet again, pushing the play upfield very far to mount the pressure. 1 second remaining. If it hits the ground, that'll be the end, and it looks to be the case. And White Rabbit Gaming have taken out Apex Gaming in game 5, Champions Field. And they've come back so impressively as well. They looked really down and out almost. Their mentals weren't completely in check. A lot of double commits coming out in the middle of the series, but they've come back and they've looked extremely impressive. They've dominated for a lot of it. Conceded a couple unnecessary goals, but largely they've been very impressive. They've had to sub in someone mid-series, and I would say overall a good performance, and we could expect even better from them tomorrow. And potentially the day after as well, as they've qualified for top 8 playoffs tomorrow, where they'll play the quarterfinals of a single elim bracket and the semis if they is it all in one day? Let me check. Oh, it's just the quarterfinals. Okay, it's the quarterfinals tomorrow, and then if they win that, they get to play the day after that as well, potentially semifinals and grand final. That's gonna be their aim, I think. The grand final is on their eyes, and will depend on the bracket, of course. But yeah, it's been a little bit of a struggle today with using their sub and having to play with their main player mid-series, subbing in with no warm-up. But they've come out on top, I'd say. And the team they lost to is also probably considered the best in the region, other than potentially themselves. So yeah, I mean, very, very impressive here. All right, 3-1. My goat, praise. All right, that was a good series. That was actually really, really fun. That was really, really fun. But yeah, I mean, I don't have much to say really. It was a pleasure casting. Such a roller coaster of a day. I mean, Swiss is always like this, to be fair. Swiss is always a bit of a madness. But yeah, I wish the team the best for tomorrow and potentially Sunday. And yeah, I'm gonna go cook some food because I am quite hungry. So I thank you all for coming by, making the stream enjoyable for me as well. Even though I might not respond to what you're saying, I'm definitely looking at all the chat messages. So do keep that in mind. Yeah, was a pleasure casting White Rabbit Gaming tonight. Some great entertainment, a lot of good series. Game 5 there as well. Well, 2 Game 5s actually. And two sweeps, one in our favor, one against. So yeah, that'll be it for the stream. White Rabbit Gaming, as I've said previously, they qualify for playoffs by going 3-1 in the Swiss, and you'll be able to see them tomorrow. And I'll catch you later.
Cause I'm stuck now, just trying to figure a way out of. Try but can't seem to slow down. I don't know if I want to. Cause I'm stuck now, just trying to figure a way out of. Try but can't seem to slow down. I don't know if I want to.
All I wanna do is to put my arms around you and watch these moments fall back into place. All I wanna do is to make you stop and love me. How can I be blue when you catch me in these feelings like okay. I love you, I do need you, I do love you, I do need you. I love you, I do need you. Oh, I love you, I do need you. Oh, I love you, I do need you, I do love you, I do need you. I love you, I do need you. Oh, I love you, I do need you. All I wanna do is to put my arms around you. Ooh, I love you, love you. I do need you, need you. I do, I love you, love, I do need you. I love you, love you. I do need you. Ooh, I love.